just finish him up. Gets 2. Gets 3.
What a hit that hits him 65%. Wow!
And does it go in? It goes in! It goes in!
Line's been fighting. 2, 4v1. Why is it 4v none?
Good morning, I'm Sixer, part of the Smash team, and this is going to be our, I believe, 4th GLEC match against the St. Francis Cougars. First off, I want to give a shout out to HyperX for sponsoring Marietta College Esports. Donating keyboards, mice, headset, mouse pads. You can go over and order at hyperx.gg/MariettaES or use the QR code to purchase yourself some of your own HyperX merchandise. This includes, but is not limited to, any of the keyboards that we have and the headset that I am wearing. Also want to give a shout out to Over the Moon, local pizza place in Marietta, for sponsoring Marietta College esports teams. Further on, other partners that we have: By Blue Light, Elgato, Incrediware, Kovacs, and MSI. Here are some upcoming matches, including, but not limited to, 2 more Smash matches coming up. One on Thursday, one on Saturday. These ones are for this current week. But we're also going to be having a NACE Rocket League match coming up soon. And if you want to be a part of Marietta College Esports, we are recruiting for 2024. We have a nice room. And we recruit for Fortnite, League of Legends, Overwatch 2, Rainbow Six, Rocket League, Smash Brothers, and Valorant. Although we might be looking at some other games. If you want to schedule a tryout, step 1, fill out a recruitment inquiry form using the QR code or bit.ly/mcrecruit. Step 2, schedule the tryout for the scholarship. And join the Discord server. All can be used using the QR code or the different URLs given at the bottom. Marietta is playing home today, so we have created the arena. And we will be waiting on our first band versus St. Francis's 2 bands, and then Marietta will get the map pick. It should be starting any moment due to it being 9:59. In the meantime, let's go over the roster that will be playing for today. Up on the possible players today, we have Mars, who's a sophomore, Breadman, who's a freshman, Kinku Dinku, who's a junior, and Seastoffel, who is a freshman. We do have We hope to have a good match today. So it looks like we will be starting with Battlefield with Kinku Dinku's Terry coming out first.
So you know they're going to do a button check for this one. They're going to do a button check this first one.
Alright. I've just been informed that this first is going to be a button check, so the UCF may not be playing against... UCF may not be playing Mario, and additionally, we may not be playing a Terry. Remember, this match means nothing. This is just a button check to make sure that the opponents have their controls as the correct controls. Testing out with a few short hop fastballs. Seems like Marietta College is already with their button check. Testing out a few fastballs. Alright, and it looks like both teams will be ready for the match. Now again, this isn't an official match, so although the game will count that as... I don't know if the game will count that as 3 knockouts. Now UCF will be choosing their actual character, and we will be getting into the map, unless we stick with Battlefield, which is that's a possibility. Alright, Terry versus Roy. Roy does have a bit of a soft spot with Kinku Dinku, as Kinku Dinku has previously mained Roy. And we're gonna see the first blood drawn by Roy, immediately going in with the close B attacks and the throws. Kinku Dinku's gonna try to get with that side B used with Terry, trying to use the neutral B projectile, which Roy in fact chases. A few misses, successful shielding, not letting the Roy get the combo off again, using the up B to get extra damage, shielding to, and then going straight into the jab. Let's see here. They're playing pretty defensive. There we go. Here's some of the more aggression. Rolling to get out of the way and trying to get behind the opponent in order to do more in order to catch them off guard. Seems like the Roy is good with juggling, so Kinku Dinku's gonna want to get back to the stage as fast as possible. Using the power dunk to get the first stock off of St. Francis. There's... quick aerial moves coming from Roy and trying to bait to get that counter off, but just not getting it. Kinku Dinku letting go of that shield too soon. That power dunk not going through because he's not at the... He doesn't have the go. Nice recovery from that. I almost thought he was a goner. Shielding pretty well, but getting really close to the ledge. And unfortunately unable to recover as the Roy does guard the ledge. So even if Kinku Dinku had gotten up there, would have taken damage. Roy is in a place to be flung out, but will Kinku Dinku be able to get that second stock off before Roy... Oh, unfortunate. Going too far the wrong way and unable to use the up B to get back up. That Roy will have to stay in and take off a stock. But now more maps have opened up and we'll have to see. Will it be... Looks like Breadman is coming up next with the King DDD. Now the Roy does like juggling, or had a bit of juggling streak with Terry. And the Roy did favor a lot of aerials, so we'll have to see if there's a good map and technique that Breadman will be able to show off against him. Still waiting on those map bans as we can see the indecision. Waiting just below town and city, so I'm guessing that's a map that Breadman will want to choose if it's not banned. Hollow Bastion. This is a map that we don't usually see. So the choice must have been recently relayed to UCF, so they will come in. Here are the taunts, and Roy is all ready to go. DDD is playing pretty defensively with the suck, but it seems like the Roy is just able to get around quicker than DDD's really able to react. But there's the first hit that DDD gets off, and a double hit from the Gordo. Nice use of state of ledge guarding. Unfortunately, unable to keep it up as the Roy does go over. Great use of the headbutt. Suck and trying to get off that smash attack, but unfortunately unable to launch Roy just off the ledge like Breadman's trying to do. Roy getting in that really quick special jab. Trying to use the Gordo, so Roy had to go above the platform, but there's going to be the smash attack that's going to take off the first of Breadman's DDD. Nice use of neutral air and trying to use the up B, maybe to try to get some of those flinching with the stars or even bury Roy underneath. The Gordo being neutralized by a hit and then a shield is unfortunate. There's the, I believe that's an up tilt to do some extra damage. Roy is in range to be launched. We just need a one strong hit from DDD to get him off the map. But Roy's gonna try to do some ledge guarding and just whiffing off of that first hit, but going for a forward air in order to hit DDD and going for more neutral airs. Trying to ledge guard with that Gordo, unfortunately failing. Trying to go for that suck, but unfortunately just getting hit by that neutral air again. The shield's gonna absorb that Gordo, and Roy's gonna try for a smash attack in order to get going, successfully getting off one of the stars to hit, resulting in flinching, but unfortunately unable to capitalize on that, and unfortunately unable to get off that move or even charge it up long enough to activate super armor, which I believe DDD has on that move. There's the strong attack in order to get Roy down to his last stock, but unfortunately Breadman is also on his, so we'll have to see if he can just keep laying on the hits, which it looks like this Roy's hyper aggressive trying to juggle strategy is working for him. However, getting underneath the platform, great move from DDD, able to get off several different moves to get him up to 40% now. Trying to go for that fast Gordo, but getting shielded. Going for the dash attack and able to knock him pretty far out. Gonna have to recover quickly. Trying to go for a smash attack that just did not end up landing. There's the dash attack with the wild hitbox. Unfortunately unable to get out another Gordo, and there's landing on the platform again. That's what the Roy is aiming for. Getting the Gordo out, unfortunately the Roy immediately going for neutral air, going for that up B, and that Roy's gonna capitalize on it, knocking off the last of Breadman's stocks. They seem to be deliberating on who will come out next. And it looks like one who is chosen.
Choose your fighter.
It's going to be Seestoffel's Ganondorf. Now, Seestoffel has had two different characters that they have been working with. Ganondorf was their first. Once again, looking over map bans and picks. final destination. Roy's gonna drop off twice. There are their taunts. And Roy is all ready to fight. He is going in for that quick special jab once again, but it looks like Seastoffel's gonna try to play more defensively. Unfortunately, the Roy seems to know just how to counter that, trying to get up in their opponent's face before they can even react. And ledge guarding masterfully. Once again, using that special jab. Seastoffel needs to get in, charging their moves quick, or trying to catch him in that side B, or even use that side B to get away. Seems like that Roy knows exactly how far that... There's the first attack done successfully by Ganondorf, able to capitalize on it and get a second attack, and now able to counter, not using counter, but able to hit the Roy before he can hit back. Unfortunately, the Roy does go for the neutral air and is looks like trying to go for a juggle. Marietta College down to their last stock. And there's the super... There's a... Bleh. Once again, Roy's trying to go for that juggle, but it looks like Ganondorf does have him where he wants him. And that is going to be Roy's last stock off. Can we get a reverse sweep from Seastoffel's Ganondorf? We are going to see Pyramithra coming out. Mithra immediately going while the taunt was going. However, Seastoffel able to get off some really nice hits against Pyramithra. Pyramithra, one of the best characters, if not the best, on the tier. Trying to go for that ledge guard, but Seastoffel able to go over it and land a hit on the Pyra. Let's see if we can get that Seastoffel reverse sweep. Ganondorf does have some great heavy attacks, and he still has the chance to recover. He's still over the stage, so it's definitely not over. Not by a long shot. Able to jump right over in order to avoid any up tilt or side tilt. But unfortunately, that last attack from Pyra that was our first round. But let's see if we can try to go for a second round. That Roy definitely using a lot of aerials. We'll need someone who is... I think that we could still beat them quicker if we have someone who has a really strong counter or really knows Roy and can use the aerials against him. DDD did have a lot of trouble with it, but I feel like he could do a lot with it. Ganondorf, I think he could also definitely beat the Roy with the lot, even though the moves are slower, with using the moves that specifically have power armor. The Pyramithra is pretty difficult to fight against, but I think that our Terry, and I think that Kinku Dinku could definitely give her a run for her money. Or their money, I should say. I don't know who's playing them. And it looks like we are getting ready for the next match. Going for a new song. Once again, Terry versus Roy. Let's see if Kinku Dinku can be able to get over those aerials. Once again, Roy's trying to go for that. Able to recover real quick and shielding from that jab, but unfortunately the secondary jab is gonna get them. Roy is definitely not wanting to use any of those aerials and just trying to get jabs and jabs off over and over. But Kinku Dinku does know Terry and Roy. Able to get off a lot more damage a lot quicker. Able to spot dodge. Well done, Kinku Dinku. And trying to ledge guard. Able to spot dodge any oncoming attacks. Unfortunately getting up into the air, which is where the Roy wants him. But now he's got the go meter full. If he can get something like a jab jab power dunk off, that'd be fantastic. But unfortunately we are gonna see I'm so sorry. I didn't even realize that I hadn't reset those. But trying to go for that power wave in the air, trying to make sure that Roy does not get any attacks off, and we are going to see the first stock off of Roy. Once again, going for a power wave, not falling for the bait for the counter. But it looks like the two of them are just trying to trade blows at the moment. Kinku Dinku not wanting to stay unshielded on the platform, which is a smart idea. That's how Roy's been trying to get him going for that up B, but unfortunately landing above. He does have the go meter full, and he did recover successfully. He's able to get back. Oh, going for the power dunk, able to recover a third time. Power geyser, but unfortunately, two power geysers and able to get off that meteor smash on the Roy. Still with the go meter full. Let's see if Kinku Dinku can keep this up. Rising above Roy's ledge guard, spot dodging any aerials that try to come up. Unfortunately, that power geyser just whiffed due to the roll. Roy did not go for the ledge guard, resulting in Kinku Dinku able to get up there very safely. Oh, there's a smash attack. Still, we are in a much better position than we were in previous. Let's see if Kinku Dinku can keep this up. Power wave, unfortunately, unable to keep him from grabbing the ledge, and those invincibility frames becoming very useful. Roy going for those special jabs. Trading blows. Using the power dunk to get back onto stage. Nice use of shielding. But unfortunately, the Roy does parry a move. Able to hit it before Roy gets off that edge guard, not falling for another counter. Sending power waves just to make sure that space is maintained. Both are not wanting to get into each other's hitboxes for fear of whiffing attacks. And there's the final power geyser, and that is going to be Roy gone. Maps will now be banned. I do wonder if they will throw out the Pyramithra again, or if they will have someone else play. Are they going to be sticking with Battlefield? I do recall last time we fought the University St. Francis, they did also start with their Roy. I do also remember the fact, I think they have a Nuss in their back pocket. So my prediction would be either the Pyromithra. I think it's the Nest coming out next. Because I think Pyromithra is like their cleanup crew. Or an anchor, maybe. Hollow Bastion again. We're gonna see Pokemon Trainer. Now Kinkudinku will have to drop off 2 stocks, but Pokemon Trainer. I don't know how Kinkudinku's gonna fare against them. They are very eager to fight. Charging up that water gun so that way they can just make sure that no one can recover above the... And going for those quick jabs to make sure they can just stay off of the... Going for the Ivysaur now for the mid percentage. But unfortunately, Kinkudinku's gonna whiff a recovery. So now it's completely even. 2 players left on both sides.
Choose your fighter.
Redman coming out next with the DDD. I do wonder if there is an interaction with one of Pokemon Trainer's moves with Charizard called, Charizard uses Flare Blitz, which is a side B. And I do wonder if DDD is able to, eat that. Eat Charizard when in the Flare Blitz. So we might see that interaction. That would answer a question that I have burning. We're waiting on their map bans, and we'll have to see the changing stage. This was Pokemon Trainer's preferred map, but it was also, I believe, DDD's as well. Immediately going for the attacks because no one has to drop any stocks. Squirtle's gonna go for those quick aerial jabs, but DDD's gonna have that fast up B recovery back to stage. And they're just trying to make sure that the Squirtle just stays way off. Squirtle unable to get that water gun off and having to recharge it once again. Going for those quick headbutts and trying to just keep him off. Seeing Ivysaur come out for the high percentage instead of the mid percentage is surprising. But there's the Charizard for the high percentage of the 130. Going for the seismic toss, but DDD staying in order to throw off a Gordo. Squirtle is able to get off those quick jabs. A lot of aerials coming from USF. Ivy able to throw back that Razor Leaf, and the Razor Leaf knocking back the Gordo. Seems like Ivysaur is just trying to keep him off using that same side B that others may use. Going for the up B, but then going for an air dodge is a nice mix-up to see from Breadman. And trying to keep just far enough away from Ivysaur so that way any of the powder move does not hit. Ivysaur too focused on the Gordo to stop DDD from recovering, but unfortunately throwing out that Gordo against Ivysaur isn't doing too well. And DDD immediately headbutting so that way he can get that Squirtle out. So Pokemon Trainer has to once again try to cycle through to try to get the sucking up Squirtle and trying to go for that smash attack, but unfortunately that windup is gonna do massive delay, so Squirtle was able to escape and hit. Ivysaur is gonna get off that final hit. Now, are we gonna see Stoffel coming back in, or are we gonna see Mars coming in? We are going to be seeing Mars coming in with Sephiroth. Now, we did see that Ivysaur was able to knock back the Gordo for the zoning that DDD could do. But at the same time, that's a physical projectile versus Sephiroth has energy-based. So it'll either explode on contact or the explosion will just go through the Razor Leaf and vice versa. We are able to get on the final destination, which is Mars's preferred map. Going for a Flare Blitz, that way they can immediately get Squirtle. Immediately charging up that water gun, and Mars not being able to throw out that explosion in the direction they wanted to, so canceling it. That quick jab of Squirtle is canceling out the times that Mars is going for the jab, but there's the down air, trying to go for the counter, but unfortunately the wrong way, and Squirtle was shielding. Squirtle's water gun unable to get Mars off, and then able to get the one-winged angel out. Ivysaur trying to go for its usual Charizard coming out now. Mars trying to prepare, throwing out explosions, slashing. There's a seismic toss that's going to and trying to use the explosion. Squirtle has to go above it, but unfortunately Mars was unable to capitalize on that. Squirtle just recovering, in that explosion going for the bigger charge, but not the longer distance. Ivysaur once again trying to block, but there's the counter from Sephiroth. And now we know those Razor Leafs are going to immediately set off that explosion. Charizard's gonna be able to recover. Knock away Sephiroth, but is it going to be enough? Charizard's at high enough percentage, but hits through Mars's counter before it has a chance to really explode. Going for down throws and trying to block. Looks like Charizard's just wanting to end this first and foremost. Constantly going with the down throws and trying to get close. Going for that Flare Blitz. We have the One-Winged Angel up. Is Mars going to be able to capitalize? Unfortunately, no. But there's another stock off Charizard. And they're going immediately to Ivysaur so that way they can get that mid-range percentage that Ivysaur is good at getting down further and further and even knocking off. We're not seeing that Charizard come back out yet, but they shielded against the recovery. There's Charizard again with the Seismic Toss, and that's going to be game. So that is going to be game. I loved to see the recovery that we had, learning really quickly from our opponents. And I feel that our round 2, even though we did still technically lose, I feel like the team did so much better that it's going to be a great evolution that we're going to see from this team. And thank you guys so much for watching. I don't believe we have any more games planned for the day. So thanks again. And we'll see you for Smash on Thursday, which I believe is after a League of Legends game. So League of Legends on 7 on Thursday, and then Smash will be after.